if you're the person that you think that you have to like just focus on your studies, like just study all the day, all the time, like 12 hours a day, you're gonna regret it later. If I was, if I could tell just one thing to my 15-year-old version, I would say just just like pay a little bit more attention to your social life.
Do you think there are other factors that involve in success except hard
Yes,
working and
yeah,
talent?
where you was born, your family, the country you live in, the city you live in. If I was in Tehran, I would get a gold medal in 10th grade, not in 11th grade. I'm sure about that. Right now, I'm not really proud of myself for being at MIT because if I am, I would say like, oh, okay, it's enough. Just rest and go ahead. Cities like near the border, like in Kurdistan or west of the country, or southern parts of the country. There has to be something.
GR, what makes you feel confident? What makes you keep trying, working hard? What is the motivation? Where it comes from? Is there any weakness GR working on himself to change it to strength?
Rest
Yeah.
like in college, like, could it be like something about my roommate?
Hmm. Can be anything.
Yeah, that's my problem right now. He doesn't talk. It's really hard to get. Yeah.
Okay, so how was your stats to get into MIT? Like your SAT, TOEFL score, or anything that you think helped you?
Well, I took both SAT and TOEFL tests. I took two TOEFL tests. One of them was home edition. I still don't know the reason, but I took it a home edition and the other one in a test center. And my score was 105. And though it wasn't perfect, but it was fine because the minimum for like applying for US college was like 100 out of 120. So it was fine, and I was quite satisfied with my score. But and for the SAT test, I took it in Iraq because it wasn't provided, like it wasn't offered in Iran, obviously. And my score was 1500 out of 1600. But there are Asian guys here who get 1580 out of 1600, because it's just a requirement, I think. I mean, it's optional to apply for. I mean, you don't have to take the SAT anymore for most of the colleges in the U.S. Because of the COVID, I think. I mean, it was a policy that uh, students didn't have to take the SAT because of the COVID, and so yeah, it's still there. But I mean, if I got it scored like 1400, I wouldn't say that I had taken a SAT test.
That makes sense. So I think you also been in Olympiad in chemistry.
Yeah, yeah. I was in Olympiad. I started at like I was 16-ish, I think, 10th grade. So I really like chemistry and biology both, but more like chemistry. So I just started to discover the Olympiad in Iran and the system, how that works, and it's like three three like like three stages, in Iran. So I just participated in the Olympiad, and it's like you have to be like in the 11th grade to get into the national competition. It's like a first stage of the Olympiad. to get a gold medal or something like that. So um, I just tried my best to get to the level to get a gold medal. In my like, I was studying like for 2 years, in my 10th grade and 11th grade. I didn't go to school. I had to skip school because they weren't helping me. You know, I'm from a small hometown in Kurdistan, so they weren't like familiar with the system, with Olympiad, and so it was a hard time. But I got it, and I mean, I just studied at home and skipped the school, the classes, and just took the like the final exam, something like that. So, uh, and yeah, I got the gold medal, the national gold medal. So I could choose any university in Iran to start my undergrad studies, any major. Well, I chose University, Sharif University. So, and I chose pure chemistry as my major. So in case that I didn't get admitted to any college in the US or anywhere else, I guess I could like pursue my studies in chemistry and then like apply for a grad program after the 4 year program. So, and the Olympia really helped me to, I think, the main reason that I got admitted to MIT was with the Olympiad, because there are there are a few like international students that have participated in Olympiad, and I haven't seen any international student at MIT that haven't participated in an Olympiad, like chemistry, biology, mathematics. Yeah, and it's really hard to get into the college without an Olympiad as an international student. I mean, that's not the case for Americans. They can be a football team, I mean, captain of the football team and get into the college. But that's not, I mean, that's not the case for MIT. It's more of a Harvard thing, you know? Yeah.
I see. So did you also attend International Olympiad?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah, I attended International Chemistry Olympiad. I mean, I got into there was an exam for like selecting the team, um, for the International Olympiad. And we were like, four of the eight gold medalists was selected to the national team, for the national team. And so I was selected. I mean, there was a series of exams, and we were we went to Switzerland the last year, you know, 2023 in Zurich, and it was like 11 days we were there, and there were two exams, a practical exam and a theoretical exam, and I got a gold medal there. Three of us got a gold medal, and the other one
wow,
got silver, and we were like fourth. I mean, the Chinese team was the first. I mean, first rank. Then Singaporean team. I don't know the third, but we were the fourth team. Yeah.
that's impressive. And we are proud of you. As
Thank you.
Iranian, I'm really happy to have a conversation with you. Okay, so if I want to say in summary, you got 105 in TOEFL, 1500 in SAT, and gold medal in national competition, and also international gold medalist. And with
Yes.
considering all this stuff, you got into MIT. How many schools did you apply for undergrad in total?
Just in the US or
In
well,
all
in total,
countries. You
I
can
think.
start from US.
Okay. I just applied for US universities and two other universities outside of US. Was, but I mean, if I hadn't been admitted to any US college, I wouldn't go to anywhere else. I would stay in Iran. I would have stayed in Iran and just continue my studies at Sharif, because other places are like terrible. I can explain that. So just in the US, it was like Harvard, MIT, Caltech, Stanford, mm, Northwestern. um, UPenn, Pennsylvania, U Chicago, and that's it, I think.
So
Yeah.
how many did you get into?
Well, I mean, not surprisingly, actually. I was gonna say surprisingly, but it's not a surprise. Just MIT.
Just MIT.
Yeah. Oh, I also applied for Yale. I hope that I was
Ooh,
maybe going to be admitted to Yale too, because it was need blind, and it wasn't like Harvard. Harvard is just a fancy art school. It's not for like scientists and engineers, I think. And
I
if you're
agree.
a singer, if you're like captain of a sport team, you have higher chance than an Olympian, than a gold medalist of a science Olympiad. So I was sure that I wouldn't be admitted to uh, Harvard, but I knew that if I was to be admitted to a U.S. college, it had to be MIT. That was the only college who cared about the Olympiads, like a lot.
Oh, so GR, if you think if you had better SAT score, maybe you had a great chance to get into schools like Stanford or Berkeley. I'm
I
not
don't
sure
think
you
so.
applied to Berkeley.
I don't think so because the average score of the students who are right now at MIT, I mean, SAT scores are like 1580, 1570, something like that, and it doesn't make a difference. Like with you know, and also these colors are like test optional now. You don't have to take SAT, so I don't think so. And also,
So how?
the students who come to MIT
Mhm.
are like really smarter than students who go to Harvard. I'm sure about that. It's a fact. It's not because of I'm here at MIT. Because they really care about academia, and most of them are agents. So you know that. And but I don't think if I got it like 1600 and full mark, I would be admitted to like Stanford or Caltech. I don't think so.
So, what is the difference that makes some students into the schools that you failed to get
I
into?
think
Because your CV is impressive, and I'm just looking for something that can make differences here, right?
I think as an international student, you already have a low chance to get admitted to U.S. colleges. Like for example,
True.
at MIT, I think 10% of the students are international, so the chance is already low, you know. But the other thing is financial aid. It's really important. And it was really important to me because as an Iranian, you can't just pay like $90,000 in a year, you know. So I think only four. I don't know the number. I mean the exact number, but it's it's less than 10. But just a few universities in the U.S. are need blind. That means if you wanted financial aid, like full like a full financial aid, um, your the chance of your admission will be lower, you know. And
True.
MIT, Harvard, Yale, Princeton, and some other colleges. I don't remember the names. These universities are need blind, so that's a big deal. That's really it. And I knew some Iranians that got admitted to like Pennsylvania, University of Pennsylvania, and University of Chicago, but they are neither where, and they offered them like a partial financial aid that wouldn't cover full tuition, and they had to pay like half of the tuition themselves. So, you know, I I requested a full financial aid from all of the universities I applied for. So I think that might be a reason that I wasn't admitted. I wasn't admitted to like Chicago or Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's so true. So you have financial support for you. You got a scholarship for your
Yeah, it's a
tuition
full
waiver,
scholarship. Yeah.
and also you're getting a stipend.
Pardon?
You waived your tuition, and also you're receiving a stipend monthly.
Well, no, it's not like that. It's just um, I got a cost of attendance, like for the ticket, for like books, personal things, and also the tuition, the travel allowance, really, and housing, dining, and yeah, that's all. And they
Yeah,
didn't give me
perfect.
money like monthly, you know.
Yeah,
But I
that's
don't need that
great.
money because I can live with it.
Yeah, definitely. So I did another interview with Amir from Columbia University, and if you I think the story is almost similar. What he also received from Columbia as an Ivy League school. So if your student is interested, they can watch that video too. They can get a lot of information about how this scholarship works in U.S. schools for undergrads. Okay, this is interesting. So, how about the other countries? You said you applied for two more universities in
Yeah,
other
but
countries, right?
I'd say that I shouldn't have applied for those two universities because the offers were terrible. It was a university in Hong Kong and one in Singapore. I mean, the
So,
academic level, I mean, the rank, everything was good. You know, I'm not saying that they were like bad schools or something like that. No, they are good. One of them was NTU, so Nanyang Technological University, something like that. It's under the 20. You know,
mhm.
it's a good school. And the other, Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, HCOS for sure. And I got admitted to both of them and got like full scholarship. But the Hong Kong thing, they wanted me to pay almost $3,000 to reserve my seat there, something like that, to hold my seat, you know,
Interesting.
just to, yeah, just to get into the university. So uh, I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have requested a full scholarship if I had the money to, if I had $3,000 just to go into the university. So it
Yeah,
didn't make sense. And also, I was hoping to get admitted into MIT, so I just decided to withdraw my application, and I did so. And the other NTU, the scholarship was, I mean, it was a full scholarship, but the thing was, in order to to be given a scholarship, they had a condition like um, I had to work for the Singaporean government after my graduation for 3 years.
oh, oh, it's kind of you have to be
Yeah,
committed to. Interesting.
yeah. I was like, it would take 7 years of my life in Singapore, so I wouldn't go for that.
You know what is interesting to me? You considered Hong Kong and Singapore, not other countries like Switzerland, UK, or other
Yeah, yeah.
countries like
I mean,
this.
I was considering them, but for the UK, I would consider like Oxford, Cambridge, uh, UCL, something like that. Well, Imperial College maybe. But as an international student and a non-European student, they wouldn't give me a full scholarship. So yeah, I didn't
Interesting.
apply for them. The time that I was applying for university, um, I mean, it was after the deadlines of Cambridge and Oxford, I think. So I couldn't apply for them in any case. And the other countries, like Canada, well, like U of T, UBC, it's the same thing. I mean, they're gonna give me full scholarship as an international student. So, but your University of Toronto, they had a full scholarship. It was like an award for student with a like for smart student with a high academic level, something like that. But I had to be enrolled in an international school. I wasn't, so that wasn't for me at all. And I didn't apply for any university in Canada, and also other countries in Europe. They had a language requirement. Like in Switzerland, if it was EPFL, they needed a C1 in French. If it was ETH, they needed a C1 in German. And yeah, the same problem.
That's hard. Okay,
Yeah,
that
that's the
makes
case
sense now.
for undergrad programs. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but I think you did a great job. MIT is the final destination for everyone,
Yeah.
right? Being an MIT. How is housing in MIT for students? Do you have any roommates?
Yeah, I have a roommate. So let me just explain the residence halls. We have 10 or 11, I don't remember, residence halls in MIT, and they are they're really nice. I mean, most of them, I really like them. And we had a like we could choose the residence halls we were going to, because but it was a lottery, but we could just prioritize the list, you know. And I got to my first priority. Her name is Masi. Masi, like the Persian word, Masi. And
Like
the
Jesus.
name is, yeah, the name of the residence hall is Taribors Masi.
Interesting.
He funded the project, I think. He was an Iranian American
Oh,
engineer or entrepreneur or like that. I don't remember, but he funded the project. They rebuilt it's a really old building, but they just rebuilt it and, you know, decorated it and, you know, something like that. And there are like 9 or 3 other residence halls, but, you know, they're not really different, you know, but this one is the biggest one. I mean, like, it has like, I think 500 or 600 students in it. Yeah.
okay. How about the number of roommates? In all of them, you should have roommate and one roommate, two roommates, three roommates. How many roommates
Um,
do?
there are single rooms, double rooms, and triplets, but I'm in a double. I have a roommate, but there was a possibility to not have a roommate.
I think you definitely have a huge dining hall in MIT too, right? How it
Well,
works?
I didn't know that some universities have just one dining hall, like in the US, because like Harvard has just one, but at MIT we
Hmm.
have many dining halls, like 6 or 7 dining halls,
Oh,
and the one in Massey is probably the best. And they say, I mean, that's not my word. They say that other students say that. And I've visited 2, yeah, no, 3 of them, and they're really nice. I mean, they serve breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, like late in the night at midnight, and it's really nice. And yeah, I really enjoy it. I really like it. And the first thing I really liked the moment I arrived was the dining hall.
yeah, food is important part. And are they open 7 days a week?
Yeah, they're open every day, every hour. Well, not every hour, but like this is they are from 8 a.m. to like 2 p.m. and then no, like 3 p.m. and then 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. for dinner, and for the late dinner In Massey, it's like 10 p.m. to 1 a.m.
I see. And how much do they charge you for food?
It's just on my scholarship, but I think it's like $5,000 or $6,000 each semester.
Each semester? Okay. So, yeah, I was thinking if no one interested to get the $5,000 and sometime go to dining hall, I think they can pay per meal, I
Um,
believe, right? If you
yeah,
know about it.
I don't know how it works because I just tap my phone when I get to the dining hall and just go ahead. I, I don't care about the money because it's just on my scholarship.
I see. Yeah, that's great. Okay, Jiar, what do you do for fun? And how is this stuff going on, the fun part of life in MIT? I'm sure there are a lot of
Well,
pressure going on there.
most of the time I try to. Well, I don't really have like a lot of hobbies right now because I'm just discovering the whole thing. But most of the time I go for a walk or I have a scooter. I just go for a ride on my scooter and I go to Boston and it's a really nice city at night. And there's a river by the university, so it would be nice to just go for a walk by the river. Or I'm trying to join a tennis club, so it would be nice if they accept me. And any other fun? Well, on the weekend there are plenty of programs here at my events, and I attend most of them. Like today, I'm gonna go for theater and like movies. There are many programs that here on the weekends, and just you can choose. And there were many events for Halloween. They were really nice, and but I'm still discovering the college. The
So
clubs, the student
how
organizations. Yeah.
how is the feeling of being in MIT? Do you feel pressure on yourself that I'm in MIT, I have to study hard, there is huge and tough competition between the students? How
Well,
this part of
at the
life
beginning, I
works
was
for?
really scared. Like literally scared of well, I mean, I didn't know anything about MIT, like the classes, the courses, the majors. I didn't know anything about that. So I was really scared, but I got some help. Like there were nice people here that helped me out with the schoolwork, everything. And now the pressure is much less now, like compared to the first 2 weeks. But this is this is my easy semester. I mean, I don't feel any pressure right now because I do everything on the weekends. I don't have anything to do like study and something else during the week unless it's an exam or something. Well, I have an exam
I
this week,
see.
so I have to study during the weekdays. But the the pressure is not that high right now, but it will get higher from the next semester because I'm gonna take like 5 classes each semester, and the classes are harder. They will get harder, and yeah, but right now it's okay. It's fine. It's chill.
I see. How many courses do you have for this semester?
I'm taking 4 classes right now. A calculus class, physics class, chemistry class, and a writing class. You have to take eight humanities class in order to graduate, like in the 4 year. And I'm taking one of them this semester. And for the next semester, I'm going to take 5 classes, I think. And there's a there's a period named IAP at MIT, like independent activities period. It's in January between the two semesters, and I'm gonna take a lab class during that period. So yeah, that's it.
I, I see. So how about the libraries in MIT? I think that's the one of the most important thing in when you're studying. I sometimes I'm having issue here because they are not open 24/7, and you have to leave the library at 2 a.m. or 12 a.m. sometime. So do MIT offers a 24/7 library for students?
Um, well, there are like two or three libraries. I mean, two or three huge libraries here that students can go and
Hmm.
study there. One of them I really like is Hayden, the name, and I really don't remember if it's 24/7. I mean, it's open on the weekends. I'm sure about that, but I don't know if it's 24-hour or not. But I mean, most of the students go there to study, but if it's not open like in 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., they can just go to study rooms of the residence halls, the dorms. We have study rooms in the
I
dorms,
see.
so yeah, that will not be a problem.
So since you almost a month entered to the US, how was hard to find the friends in
It's
your
still
first
hard.
days?
I mean, it was hard and it is still. I mean, the connection is really different. Like when something when you don't have a lot in common with someone, it's really hard to connect with them and to be friends with them. I have like two or three friends right now that I can like have lunch with, have a dinner, go for a walk, go for a party, something like that. But I don't have really like close friends, something like that. That I can tell them everything and like you know chat with them every day. And what they're from like most of the time it's like we're group mates or like classmates, and we don't have a lot in common, and all of them are international students. I don't have an American friend yet. My roommate is American, but we're not friends.
I had this experience in the past, and we just was seeing each other sometime late night or early in the morning when we were leaving house and saying hi and bye sometime. That was the all happening
Yeah,
between us. And yeah, I think it's for start takes a little bit more effort to make friends.
yeah.
GR, what is the biggest challenge so far you had in your America journey so far?
Um, I would say finding people to talk, making friends, definitely. I mean, most of the people that say, "Oh, the schoolwork is the workload is really," I mean, it's a lot. Everything we have to study like every day, and that's not a problem for me. I can study every day. I can study 10 hours a day. That's what I was doing during my high school days. You know, I'm used to that kind of like student life, but I'm not used to have like a lot of friends and make a lot of connections. Just in this like in a small period. But yeah, I find it really hard to um, make good connections here and find people to totally find like friends and stuff. Yeah,
So you are still struggling with this, or
yeah,
you
but I'm
found
I'm learning how to
solution?
find friends. I'm learning to like I'm getting familiar to the U.S. culture, to Americans, everything, and I'm just learning the process.
That's true. Yeah, based on my experience, I believe for because some stuff are totally different in the US, specifically in sports and type of hobbies they usually do. And if you want to start conversation or get more friends, you have to get into their interest more. They
Yeah,
like American football, they like basketball, hockey, that kind of things. And it's a little bit challenging at start for us as an international because we haven't seen these sports
Yeah,
in other countries, for example. And you have to get a little bit more information, study about it, and sometimes go to coffee shops for studying. I'm not sure you usually do this or not. And coffee shops, that kind of cafeterias, that kind of places, you see a lot of students, specifically if there are some places close to school. And you can get into contact with students from Harvard, from Northeastern. I believe they are close to each other somehow. So you also have that chance. I think you will be fine in near future, and it's just the
yeah.
start of your journey.
Uh,
So 1 month is really short time to make all this happen. But yeah, so GR, what do you usually do to control your stress, to manage time, to be more efficient as a
Um,
student in MIT?
well, there are several ways, but if I want to be alone or just focus on my work, I just listen to some music, I think. Um, otherwise, I'll talk to my family. I'll just call them, like my father, my mother. I'll just like video call and talk with them. They really help me to stay focused on my work here and relieve my stress. That's really helpful. And or if it's more specific about my schoolwork, I will. I mean, there are really good places to support its students here at MIT, and yeah, I will email an assistant, one of those places, and or make an appointment, or just you know meet with them, or just email them and talk with them, talk about the issue that I'm going through, and they'll help me. I mean, that's a
Yeah,
summary of the last months of my life here, actually.
I forgot to ask, how old are you?
How 19, I think.
19.
Yeah, I mean,
Perfect.
I was born in 2005, so yeah, it's 19, I think.
Yeah, that's a great age to be 19 years old. So, how is public transportation in Boston in your area?
Um, it's
Is it
really
is it
different
challenging? Uh-huh.
from like European countries or even Iran, like Tehran. Like there's a metro system in Tehran, or in like European countries, they have really a good public transportation, but that's not the case in the US. The trains are like they come once an hour. Like it's not like every 5 minutes train, and you should wait an hour to
Nice.
catch the next train. But I don't use public transportation at all. I should stay on campus, like or otherwise I use my scooter. So I have an e-scooter, and I just go anywhere I want, you know. But most of the people use their cars to commute. But as a student
Interesting.
living on campus, it, I don't have to do that at all.
What do you think was the most important character that you had that made you to reach this level in education to be accepted to a school like MIT?
I think the ability to not quit. Like I don't get tired of um like trying again and again and again. Um and when I start like trying to reach something like say like a gold medal in the Olympiad, something like that. Um, I just I don't compare myself to other people at that point. But after a while, I start to compare myself to the people who had reached that point, who got a gold medal, something like that. And I say like I should be better than them, and I shouldn't quit. I shouldn't get tired. And I think that that's the whole thing. Do not quit and just try again and again until that's the thing. Um, there was a guy, and I don't remember the name, but it's a really famous reel on Instagram. Again and again and again, and until I win. the, I think that
Mhm.
that was the point of my life, like in the last 3 years, and I mean it. It's not like a cliche or something. I mean it, and my family, my friends have literally seen that in me. So I think that's it. Do not quit.
Yeah, never. We have a famous quote that says, "Never grown up, never give up," which is, I think, important. To
Yeah,
just keep trying, do your best until you get it. Which one do you think is more important, being hardworking or being intelligent?
that's a really hard question. I've been thinking about that like for a long time, but I don't, I'm not sure about that because, um, well, I think if I if I had to answer, I would say being hard work. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure about that. If I had to answer, but it's not like black and white. I think
Hmm.
being intelligent, being smart can definitely help you to work harder, or say work to not work harder and still get the same result. You know, it will make everything easier. I think if I mean as far as academia is concerned. I mean I'm not talking about like sports, arts, or something, but if like studying and education is concerned, I think being smart or intelligent should, can definitely help you. But
Is,
it's
is,
not
is
it's not all about intelligence or being smart. You should work hard. I know how hard I work. For like my Olympiad, for like applications, like English tests, everything. So if I was smart, I mean just smart and not working hard enough, I wouldn't be able to be here right now.
so do you think there are other factors that involve in success except hard
Yes,
working and
yeah.
talent?
Where you was born, your family, the country you live in, the city you live in. If I was in Tehran, I would get a gold medal in 10th grade, not in 11th grade. I'm sure about that. And if I was in if my father wasn't, my parents weren't like educated, like were hadn't gone to like university to college, and they didn't care about academic things and education, I wasn't be able to like show my potential, you know, in like education and in school. And I had good teachers that they saw this something like a potential in me to, you know, and they helped me to under, I mean, to get to know myself, you know, to know that how much I can reach, it's really important to know that know your limits. And I actually knew, like, I was like I have no limits until I reach I reach the very thing that I'd like to. And one of the things I'd like to reach was like studying in like studying abroad in a really good university, but that's not all. I mean, right now I'm not really proud of myself for being at MIT because if I am, I would say like, oh, okay, it's enough. Just rest and go ahead. I wouldn't be able to. to succeed here. If I was really like satisfied of me being here, you know. So I think there are many factors that contribute here, and I would say the most important factor is the place that you were born. I mean, that's really, I mean, hard to accept, but it is. I mean, almost every medalist, every at least in chemistry, Olympiad, almost every medal was from Tehran. I mean, studying in Tehran. I'm not born in Tehran, but studying in Tehran, living in Tehran. And I was the only guy who was not from, who was not, I mean, like living in Tehran or studying in a, like Sampat school, you know. And my hometown didn't have a Sampat, you know. But I think,
Yeah,
like, people say, like, I was an exception, but I don't know. I mean, if
it's it's
something,
it's
if
it's really hard to be that exception, right?
yeah, it doesn't, if something doesn't happen, like usually, so that has to be something, you know. If if nobody gets a gold medal from like cities like mine, like small towns, and um, like you know cities like near the border, like in Kurdistan or west of the country or southern parts of the country, there has to be something, you know.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for that, but I'm happy you are here and
Yeah,
we see you as one of those exceptions that could make it. GR, what makes you feel confident?
confident. Um, well, I'm not so like self-confident at all because I'm like humble. I think I don't like mentioning my my achievements or something like that. But what makes me confident? I haven't thought about that. I mean, that's a really good question. I mean, but before that, I should ask myself, am I confident at all? I'm not sure about the answer. If it's yes or no. Um,
I see.
I think if I am confident, the thing that makes me confident is the people that believe in me, like my family, my friends. They believe that I have a great potential to succeed academically and like in my education, my journey here, you know, and that really makes me feel better and stay confident, I would say.
Yeah, great answer. What makes you keep trying, working hard? What is the motivation? Where it comes from?
Um, I think to reach a level to be satisfied by what I do daily, you know, when I wake up, I go to somewhere I really like to be, and then do some work, go home, be with my family. I mean, I would say to be with the people that I really love and they love me. And I think that's the whole thing. I mean, I don't care about, but of course I care about like money and anything else. I mean, you can't live without money. It's obvious. I'm not saying that I don't care about money. I'm saying that that's not the main reason that I try. I, that's not the main reason I applied for MIT and I'm studying here thousands of kilometers far from my family and and keep trying and doing everything I need to do here. So I'm trying to reach a level to be satisfied, like overall, you know. Um, and I think it's like a good job that I it would be like if I have a good job and live with the people that I love and just that's it. I think you know that would be the main reason of my life. I think.
Is there any weakness GR working on himself to change it to strength?
Yes, I would say my self confidence. I'm really bad at it. Like, um, I don't know what's the reason, but I'm really trying to work on it. To be more self confident, something like that. Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, because for me, when I'm looking at someone like GR, I feel he should be the number one in confident because of all the achievements he had, where you are, and when you're saying you need to work on your self-confidence, makes me a little bit shocked.
Okay. I mean, when I achieve something in my life, I just get used to it like immediately. I mean, when I got my gold medal in the International Chemistry Olympiad, um, the very moment after I got my medal, I was like, okay, whatever. I mean, that's me. That's my personality, I think.
When I'm thinking about a gold medal in Olympiad, what makes me to be scared is that's the end of that field, like for a student. And how you're gonna keep yourself motivated when you're starting to study, you're saying, okay, I got the first rank in the world in chemistry, for example. Why should I study again? What is the reasons that maybe discovering something, pushing the boundaries, or
Um, well, I didn't have the opportunity to discover the very thing that I wanted. I mean, my field of interest would be like drug design, organic synthesis, or something like that. And I didn't have the opportunity to really discover these fields. Well, I was looking for some opportunities to discover. So yeah, then that would be here, like at MIT or other colleges. So I was quite motivated. I mean, that wasn't a problem at all for me.
what do you think is the most important skills for students to learn before entering to college or starting their undergrad life?
Should it be academic or can it be
Hmm.
anything else?
It can be anything.
Um, I would say no, we are currently in an AI era. I would say so. I think based on my experience here and what I see here every day, people coding every day, I would say programming before entering the college. Yes, I mean I think students who want to be really outstanding in college should learn programming. I mean,
Yeah,
not
that
in like
that
in
makes.
an advanced level, but just to be familiar with the stuff.
Is there any red flags for you in your academic life?
Um, that's a really general question. I mean, can you be more
For
specific?
example, yeah, for example, for me, when I was in chemical engineering for undergrad, and I started my biomedicine for my master, and I had a lot of new biological expressions and that kind of things, which was really hard for me to remember. I defined something like red flag for myself from this point when I'm coming up and I'm learning, I'm seeing new biological term. I have to write it down and just remember in one separate note. That was red flag for me to skip any word, biological word, without knowing the definition and the details about it. Something like this. Or it can be more
Um,
general about collaboration, about how to deal with colleagues or living with your
mhm.
roommate.
Now I see. Yeah. Red flag
Yeah.
in college, like, could it be like something about my roommate?
Hmm. Can be anything.
Yeah, that's my problem right now. He doesn't talk. It's really hard to get. Yeah,
Maybe we have to send this video to your friend and
yeah. I
tell him,
mean,
please come talk.
yeah. He's
Have you
really
ever
weird.
tried? Have you ever
Yeah,
tried?
yeah. I have tried, and I talked to like a psychologist here about like my problems from the beginning when I was here, and I told her that one of my problems with my roommate, he doesn't talk and he's not helping me. He's not a first year, and he can really help me out here. But he could help me, so when I needed help, but he didn't, and he was not trying to talk at all. So, and she said that's not your problem, this, and she just recommended me change my room as soon as possible, and I will do that as soon as possible. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry for this experience you have, but I think it's normal, I can tell, in America to see this kind of things because everyone wants to be focused on their own life and
and
um,
he's Chinese. I mean, he's American, but he's Chinese. He's a Chinese American, so that's even worse.
but I'm sure you will be fine in near
Yeah, I
future.
think so.
And that's great. You're trying to solve the problems you have. That's the most
Yeah,
important part of it. And yeah, whenever I'm not sure the online talk can help, whenever you what happened? Yeah, whenever you need someone to talk, I'm more than happy. And I can also introduce some friends that you
yeah,
can maybe match in case of age and that kind of things.
mm, that's
From good
great.
schools, we can get yeah, we can create a really great community with the people who wants to have more friends. Of
Mm,
course, I think yeah,
that's very
friendship
nice.
is one of the most challenging parts of life in the US. So, Gia, where do you see yourself in 10 years from now?
Oh, 10
If
years.
this question is tricky and some people skip to answer because they don't want to discover or disclose their plans or goals or that kind
Yeah,
of
just
things.
don't reveal the the secrets. Yeah, yeah. Uh, well, you know, honestly, I don't really think about myself like in 10 years because um, previously I tried to see myself in 1 year, and it was like it wasn't it wasn't what I thought. So I'm trying to just let things happen and just plan for my week at most, and I'm not even like make plans for my month, my next month. Like I don't have a plan for November, but I have a plan of a specific plan for my next week. So, you know, I really don't try to think about the next 10 years, but I think I will be doing research in a lab and trying to like make a way to lead my own research. In 10 years, I will be like, oh, 29. No, 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 that's a young, that's a young age. Yeah, I'll be doing some cool stuff in the lab. I think I'll be some cool drug design using machine learning. I think, yeah, and writing papers. I think it
Nice.
will be something like that.
So you're more into academic life than industry. I th
Yes.
I think. Okay, that's so nice. So, what do you suggest or what advice would you give to a student who want to be in place that you are right now? What
Um,
steps they should
I
take?
think one important thing is don't listen to people who say you can't, because there were some people in my own hometown, teachers, that would tell me, "Oh, just don't try this. Just um, like stick to your concours and just study for like get into a medical school." I didn't listen to them, and they were the very first people that said like, "Oh, congratulations, we're really proud of you." And I think that's really important to not listen to people who say you can't, and to to I think to listen to people who really believe you, like your family, and that's really important, family and your friends. And also another point is I think don't ever give up. It sounds really like a cliche, but I really mean it. Don't ever give up. Like um, I think I could give up when I was when I couldn't like make it to the next stage in the Olympiad when I was in my 10th grade, but I didn't because I had another chance in the next year. So in any case that there is another opportunity for you to succeed, another chance, and there's always another chance. I think you can't give up. You can't just say, oh yeah, it's over. I'm gonna give up. I'm not gonna try anymore. No, that's not that's not how like successful people do. You know, uh, just look at the most successful people on the planet. You know, that's really important. And um, I think the other point would be just stick to what you really like. Find your own interest. You don't have to listen to your parents or to your family to or just do whatever they please them. You know, you don't have to satisfy other people by what you're doing. You have to be happy by what you're doing. I mean, at any point in your life. And I am happy with what I'm doing right now. And I was happy when I was studying 12 hours a day for my Olympiad, and I'm happy when I study 2 hours a day for like my writing class, you know. And that's a big deal, I think, to be happy with what you're doing at any point. And that again sounds like a cliche, but it means a lot, at least to me, you know. And I really convinced my parents, my family, my friends, that's the most important thing to me. Like to study for the Olympiad at that point and now, and then to apply for university like in the US when I was applying like the last year. It was like in December, November, something like that. And just do your own stuff. Do whatever pleases you, not like anyone else.
Okay, so I have two more questions, and that's it. So, what is your definition for happiness? And do you feel happy in life?
I think I just answered that question because I said if you do the very thing that you like or you love in your life, then you're happy, I think. And happiness is not it's not about like smiling all the time because when a people is happy with their life, they don't have to like smile all the time or be happy, like literally happy, like laughing, smiling all the time, having fun. That's not the case. I mean, that's not happiness. Happiness is like more of a satisfaction, you know, it's a satisfaction with your life when you're really happy with all you got. I mean, a part is like your academic life or you know your career, uh, maybe your job. If you like your job, if you love what you do, what you do like daily, it's all about that. I mean, you'll be happy, and also having good friends and good people, close ones. I mean, people when like you feel a really strong connection with, you know. That's all that happens, I
That's
think.
true. Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much, Jr. My last question is if there is anything I missed you want to tell to students who are watching us.
Um, yeah, but if I wanted to shorten it like to one point, it would be if you're the one who I want to be more specific. Um, if you really want to like succeed academically, you don't have to study all the time, and you don't have to just be focused on your academic life. And that's one of my, let's say, regrets from my high school days. I didn't, I mean, I was enjoying my life because I was studying for like my main purpose, like they're my main goal. But I didn't enjoy my social life for that 3 or 4 years. I lost like half of my friends because we weren't talking anymore. And I think life is not all about academia. It's not all about building a career, or like making money or anything like. It's other things are really important too, like your social life, your friends, people you care about, connections. That's really important, I think. And if I was, if I could tell just one thing to my 15-year-old version, I would say just just like pay a little bit more attention to your social life, not just studying all the time. You don't have to miss everything because just because you're studying, you don't have to like miss parties, like a coffee shop with your friend. You don't have to miss everything because you study. And I think I think I was doing this at a very extreme level, but maybe that's not okay for other people. But if you're the person that you think that you have to like just focus on your studies, like just study all the day, all the time, like 12 hours a day, you're gonna regret it later. Yeah.
I loved the way you talked about the
Yeah.
how we should manage our social life and academic life. That's really important, and we have a lot of regrets about the past that we missed, the people we missed, and yeah, I'm so happy you reached this um, level of understanding in 19 years old, which is
Thank you.
amazing. And thank you, GR, again for your time and being
Thank
with
you. I was
us today.
really
And thank
happy for having me, and thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure
I
to
really
talking
appreciate
to
it.
you.
Thank you so much. And thank you all for watching us and staying with
Yeah.
this video, and like and subscribe the channel and wait for the future coming videos too. And take care and have an amazing day or night ahead. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.